setup. We're doing another scrolling through video. Now, you guys have been kind of big fans of this new, series we've been doing on the channel. I've been scrolling through my movie stuff, my apps, Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Hulu, all that fun stuff, right? I thought it'd be kind of fun to flip it over and do the same thing, but with video games. Well, maybe I used to be really into video games, and I thought I was just gonna take you down memory lane of all the video games I've played, downloaded, maybe have some fun stories around. And of course I do have the magic pen to do a little bit of tracing as I talk about some of these things. Talk about some of my favorite games of all time, like the Batman Arkham series and whatever else we scroll upon. It'll be fun. So make sure, of course, you do like the video. If you do like the video, comment down below if you like this video game idea. I don't think we'll get through all of my games tonight, but we'll get through hopefully a good majority of them, and then maybe we'll do a part 2. And also let me know down in the comments if you guys want another movie style this video again. I know you guys have been really enjoying those. So I should mention this first. This is on my PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5, I actually have my controller in my other hand where I can actually kind of scroll with you guys, which is kind of cool, kind of like with the TV remote. But yeah, PlayStation 5, it's sort of sorted by purchase date, but obviously Xenoverse is here. Yeah, you have Red Dead Redemption 2 here, but also like my 2K17 games here, but also Injustice 2. Like, it's definitely not sorted in like the right way, but it's kind of cool that they're just kind of thrown willy-nilly in here. So it's gonna be a surprise to not only you watching the video, but also myself, because I have no idea what is this even sorted by. But anyways, Dragon Ball Z, Xenoverse, never really played it. Not super huge on the anime sort of stuff, but I do love Dragon Ball Z a lot. With Goku, his giant blonde hair. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's pink. It's a lot of different colors. But kind of a random game to start this video off with, but a really good series to go off of. Next is the Fallout series with Fallout 4. Now, Fallout 4 is a super solid video game. Not my favorite in the Fallout universe. My favorite is definitely Fallout New Vegas. And I think Fallout 4 may be my second favorite. I'm not a big fan of the Fallout 76 game. Very big disappointment, but I did enjoy it a little bit when I played it. Fallout 3 is a good one too, and then the other ones are interesting, but man, Fallout 4 was pretty fun. I do definitely want to play it again sometime soon. We have here Marvel Avengers Lego. Obviously, as you can see, these guys are little Lego guys, which is kind of adorable. I'm a big fan of the Marvel game. I'm a big fan of Marvel, but I'm a huge fan of the Lego games. And I think this is one that they actually do have a voice actors voicing the characters. Now, some of the Lego games, definitely in the past, they just had little grunts and moans and groans when they had to talk. But I'm not sure if this is actually one of the games where they actually had voice actors in them, like they do like with the Star Wars one, which is a very fun one as well. Yeah. Oh, it's this is Lego Marvel Superheroes, not Avengers. We have Rock Band 4. Don't think I actually really ever played this game. I don't know why this is on here actually, but that's actually kind of cool. And then way over here in the corner is one of my favorite games of all time. Definitely my favorite game in like the past 5 years, maybe even the past decade. I've played in Red Dead Redemption, REDEMPTION 2. What a masterclass of a game this is. If you want to talk about a game with details and subtlety and just really immersive style and world, Red Dead Redemption 2 might be the best game of all time right now, currently, that has that. Sure, there's like GTA, and maybe some of you guys actually played Cyberpunk. That game is also very immersive, a lot of stuff going on, but my god, this game is insane. the story, the combat, the gameplay, the voice acting, the acting in general, the longevity of this game. I go back and play this game every year since it's been out, since I think about somewhere in 2000, maybe 18. Oh, 2018. Wow, I actually called it right on the dot. Red Dead Redemption 2, sort of following the first Red Dead Redemption game, which is also just one of the greatest games of all time. I pray that they make another one, but obviously I won't be holding a candle to any of the other ones, because how can they top in a Red Dead Redemption 3 game? I have no idea, but that would be cool if they did make another one. Then, like I said before, talking about some of my favorite game series of all time with the Batman Arkham series. This is Batman Return to Arkham. I think this is like a VR thing, or I don't know, this is actually like one of the real games or something like that. Batman Return to Arkham, Batman Arkham City. I don't remember this at all, but I think that's like one of like the VR things. Anyways, but the Batman Arkham series is great. Batman Arkham City is a game I was so hyped when that game came out. Batman Arkham Asylum is also a super good one as well. I think this is the first of the Batman Arkham series came out. Maybe early 2010s for sure, maybe even late 2000s. I'd probably say early 2010 though. And there's Batman Arkham Knight. There's of course Arkham City. Really love the Batman Arkham games. I hope they make another one sometime soon. We have a couple of sports-related games here with NBA 2K17 and WWE 2K17. We have Brock Lesnar on the cover of this one, but yeah, you guys know me. Super huge NBA fan, super huge sport fan, really big WWE fan. Back in, I would say, maybe 2008 to 2009, late 2010s. Really big WWE fan. I really only tune into the video games nowadays. They're a lot of fun still to play. Like those like party smash 'em up games are really fun. Kingdom Hearts, you guys know. Well, hopefully you guys know. Huge Disney fan, very big Disney fan, really big Kingdom Hearts fan. This, my friends, is actually my favorite video game series of all time. That might be kind of cringe, kind of stupid. I don't care. Kingdom Hearts is my favorite game series of all time. Kingdom Hearts 2. The second one is my favorite video game of all time, actually. We have Injustice 2, which is kind of like a Mortal Kombat style beat-em-up game. But instead of like the Mortal Kombat characters, it's Superman, Batman, the DC superheroes. Next up, we have the Assassin's Creed series with Assassin's Creed Origins. I only played a handful of minutes of this one. Didn't really enjoy it. Maybe if we scroll later on and we see it. I did actually enjoy Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I did enjoy Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Those ones were actually pretty fun. I didn't get to play the newest Assassin's Creed game though. Not the biggest fan of the Origins ones. This one you are, obviously in Egypt. Some of them you're a Viking. Obviously you're like a pirate sometimes. Random things like that. Wasn't a big fan of that one. Mass Effect, not a big Mass Effect fan, but I know it's like one of the biggest game series of all time. Never really got around to playing a lot of them, but it's here somehow. Then we have The Last of Us Part 2, which, of course, The Last of Us is now one of the biggest titles in gaming history, really, already. I did obviously play a lot of it as well, and the story was good. It did kind of go in some weird directions, which I know a lot of people weren't fans of. I enjoyed the game. Is the first one better? No duh. The first Last of Us game is like one of the greatest games of all time. This one's not bad, and it's kind of sucky that people kind of hold it to that same candle. I've been saying that a lot in this video already. We have another WWE game. I told you guys, I check into WWE video games once in a while. Hogwarts Legacy. Guys, I actually really want to play this game again. Hogwarts Legacy is the video game of the Harry Potter universe. You get a little wizard person, and you get to actually go through Hogwarts and kind of live your life as a wizard. Is the game perfect? No. Is it good? Absolutely yes. It definitely could have been more, but what they give you in the game is still massively huge. I haven't even discovered like a third or like 2/3 of the world in this game. It's very vast. And if you're a big Harry Potter fan, I'm sure it's great, but I'm not a super big Harry Potter fan, but I'm sure those who did loved it. Even me not really being a big fan really liked it. I need to go faster. Sorry guys, I need to stop. I need to get going. Watch Dogs. I really enjoyed the first Watch Dogs game, and then they kind of went down this like weird, almost like Saints Row style of gaming, where they kind of got a bit too kiddish in their games. The first Watch Dog game is very serious. You're a hacker, you're going around the streets, you're changing lights and signals and interfering with the cops and stuff. It's a lot of fun. And the second one, it takes kind of like a goofy turn, and this one as well is kind of the same way. I wish it was a little bit more, like the first game. Our first appearance of Madden, which I do like talking NFL on my channel, but I'm not too keen on Madden. I'm not the best. I don't want to say I'm the worst either, but man, when I play Madden for you guys, I get demolished, not only in the comments, but also in the game. Sometimes I play pretty bad, but it's a fun time, and they're mostly fun to play when it's like around, the Super Bowl, NFL playoffs. That's when I really like to play Madden. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, maybe one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 5. I had so much fun playing Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. So much, I maybe have close to like 70 hours on this game. I did use this for a lot of videos as well for the PlayStation 5 on my channel. Man, I think some of them are still some of my highest ranking videos in views of all time on my channel, which is crazy. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and this game really helped bring all of that to a full circle, with not only having all the Star Wars movies in one video game, literally every single one, B, it being voice acted and it actually being really fun, and C, it being Lego. I mean, some of my very early video game experiences was playing Lego Star Wars on the PlayStation 2 when I first got it way back in the day. It's not my first console. My first console is actually a Sega Genesis, but anyways, definitely the PS2 is like maybe one of my favorite consoles of all time, and playing Lego Star Wars on that, man, it's awesome. Far Cry: A New Dawn. The Far Cry series is also a series I really enjoy to play a lot. When it comes to Far Cry, Far Cry 5 is actually my favorite of the Far Cry series. Far Cry 3 is really good too. The most recent Far Cry game, not the biggest fan of, but A New Day it's like a big DLC to Far Cry 5. Kind of imagine like this game, Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's kind of like the original game, but just slightly different. It's like like Far Cry 5, but a little different. Another WWE game. That's random. Next up we have Star Wars Squadrons. This was an absolute crap game. I played like an hour of it, never touched it again. I am a big Star Wars fan, but man, this gameplay made me want to made me want to go to bed. Not a fun game. A very disappointing game here in Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Now this is actually an Avatar video game, and it's actually a good concept. It is a open world Avatar game where you get to be an avatar, create an avatar, and live the world of Avatar. The game is just not very well put together. It feels like a game that was made in like 2014. Like, it's not very well put together. It definitely could have been a little bit more. I'm not sure if they rushed the process of anything, but the story's not very captive, even though it is Avatar, one of the biggest the biggest movies of all damn time. But the video game, not really up to that hype. We have the random PlayStation Playroom. We have Hitman, which is kind of a fun series. I have played a couple of them. They've been free to play. Actually, a lot of these games were at one point in time a free to play game when you have the PlayStation premium whatever subscription that you get every month. Some of these games were free. Anyways, Hitman is a fun game for sure. I'm trying to like figure out different ways to pull off the hits and stuff is always a fun thing to do, but sometimes I just like speedrunning the game, see how fast I can do it. It's a lot of fun. One of my favorite games of, man, maybe of all time really, are these PlayStation Marvel Spider-Man games. The first one, the second one, Miles Morales, all super amazing fun games. They just hit so good. Again, being someone who played a lot of PlayStation 2 back in the day, Spider-Man 2 with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is still one of my favorite video games as a child of all time. And these games definitely sort of bring that into a full circle of it being not only that sort of fun of a game, but the combat, the stories are amazing. Like, the stories are so good. Love those Spider-Man games. Again, more sports. MLB The Show. Not a big fan of watching baseball on TV. Really not even playing the baseball games. I don't think I even played the newest MLB The Show, which we also see down here with my favorite player, Shohei Ohtani, even though sadly no longer on the Angels. Anyways, baseball games are kind of fun, but I only really like watching or doing anything involving baseball in real life, not really like on TV or anything. Yikes, definitely a disappointing game here in Battlefield 2042. This game also had a lot of hype because Battlefield is a huge name in the gaming sort of age, especially in like the 2000s, sort of like shoot 'em up games, you know, with Call of Duty. There's Battlefield, there's a bunch of other ones. Battlefield was actually sort of some people's favorite sort of game of that time period, with, again, Call of Duty being so big. Battlefield actually had some pretty big blockbusters coming out then. 2042 though, not so much. Yeah, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Interesting game. I kind of just played this game not that long ago. I think it came out sometime in 2023. They just actually came out with the Joker, and that's why he's on the cover of the game right now, because I guess this is a seasonal type of game. When I guess in this first season they're putting the Joker in the game. You get to play Harley Quinn. It's not Deathstroke, maybe it's Deathshot or whatever that guy's name is, the shark guy. You have the boomerang guy. I already totally forgot about the game, but it's fun actually playing the game, trying to defeat Green Lantern, Flash, Batman, Superman, trying to go up against those guys with just these like regular average Joe, average Joe supervillains. It's a lot of fun. Also, one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 5, God of War Ragnarok. My goodness, is this game superb. The first one, amazing. This game hits it right on the nail. Also a great game. Kind of reminding me a little bit of how the Red Dead Redemption series is. Either one of these games is my favorite. You can pick either one. The story is amazing. The voice acting, some of the best voice acting in all of gaming, definitely have been in these God of War games. The recent ones have been so good. And man, just the growth of the characters and the combat is super fun. It's challenging, but nothing that's gonna, like, you know, make you mad at the game or anything like that. They just really, again, hit the nail on the coffin with God of War. We have another Madden game, Madden 22. We have Spider-Man 2, of course. I think this is the most recent one with Venom. Yes, you do get to play as both Peter Parker Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man as well, which is really dope. I wish the game was co-op. Why haven't they made a co-op Spider-Man game yet? I have no idea, but maybe one day they will. And this game was good. I think the first Spider-Man game is still my favorite one. The Miles Morales game is a lot of fun as well, but this was good. Obviously no spoilers, but Venom is in this game, and the sort of storyline along that is really good, and it's just a fun game. I highly recommend it. Again, already talked about it. MLB, Madden, of course, Madden 23. This is the one with John Madden on the cover because he recently passed away. The Quarry. The Quarry is actually a horror survival game where it's kind of like a choose your path, choose your story type of game where you obviously try your best to keep everyone alive, but obviously that's very hard to do. I don't remember how bad or how good I did in the game. I'm assuming some of the people did some stuff happens. I don't want to spoil the story because it's a crazy story. I highly recommend you play this game if you like horror movies and things like that. It's a fun one. We have FIFA 23, which I still play FIFA games till this day. I play EAFC, and I actually need to make another video talking about FIFA and EAFC because of the Euros and Copa America going on right now. I think I'll make one more FIFA video before that stuff is wrapped up and done with. And then way back over here we have a Jedi Survivor. The Star Wars Jedi series has been killer for me. So good. Really enjoy it. There was Jedi Fallen Order, and then this one is Jedi Survivor. Fallen Order, I think, was better. I did like Survivor. It was good. The story was kind of meh. I think the Jedi Fallen Order one was way better, had more punch to it. I definitely know they're gonna make a third one too, which I am super excited about. Kind of think of it as an Elden Ring or Dark Souls style of game where you get hit a couple times and you're done for. But with a Star Wars skin, I like it a lot. It's not too difficult, but it's still super fun. WWE with John Cena. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, actually John Cena just announced his retirement from WWE. That's gonna happen at the end of next year, so the end of 2025. John Cena's actually gonna be retiring, which is really sad. MLB The Show, another Madden, another WWE game. God, sports, right? Who would have thought? Our first Call of Duty game actually is a very random one of Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't know why this would even be on here. Definitely not a good Call of Duty. Kind of even want to just skip over talking it. I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. What's actually kind of crazy is I actually like Call of Duty games most for their story modes. Like their single player story mode games. They're a lot of fun actually, and obviously the multiplayer is like what they're made for. Assassin's Creed Unity, another Assassin's Creed game. I think this is the one where you're in France, which is kind of dope during like the French Revolution, I'm pretty sure. I think this is also the first of the online multiplayer versions of Assassin's Creed, which again is a good concept, kind of executed poorly, but maybe they'll do it in a different Assassin's Creed game to get more multiplayer. Metal Gear Solid, super random that this is here. Don't remember playing this one a lot at all, but yeah, Solid Snake, a lot of sneaking, hiding style of game. Drive Club, I have no idea. Skulls of Show, I have no idea. Sticks, no idea. Rocket League, though, is a game I do know. I actually have a lot of people still in comments and videos and stuff ask me, Jake, you should play Rocket League for a video, which I guess could be a fun idea. I have no idea, but probably not, because I remember playing that game and I was so bad at the game. It was ridiculous. But it's just a game where you play soccer, like this bad boy right here, FIFA, but in a car, and you kick around a big soccer ball and not a small one. Wow, we're getting into some really old game, guys. Wow. NBA Live 15. This game is almost 10 years old. My boy Damian Lillard on the cover. Love you, Dame. But I was never a really big fan of NBA Live. NBA Live 10 was lit. NBA Live 10 is maybe my favorite NBA Live game, but yeah, they haven't really hit since then. Black Light Retribution, never heard of it. Planet Side, don't remember. FIFA again, another Battlefield game. Battlefield 4, I feel like was a pretty good one if I can remember. Madden 16 with Odell Beckham Jr. with his famous catch. Super Meat Boy, I think, was kind of a big game when the PS4 was around, and actually got a little bit of, fun going around with it being sort of like an indie game, which is kind of dope. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, this is when you are, I think you're in the UK, you're in England, you're like an English assassin, which is kind of dope. Gauntlet, this is actually an arcade game that they actually sort of inserted into console, which is kind of cool. Gauntlet used to be an arcade game where you'd have like 4 people and you'd kind of run around almost like a Dungeons and Dragons style of game. Pretty dope. Hardware, no idea. NBA Live 16, Russell Westbrook. Division. I actually really like the Division games. I'm not gonna lie, I am actually a big fan of like the loot 'em, shoot 'em games, like the Division, Borderlands, like games where you kind of just mess around, fight enemies, and get the best possible equipment you can. The Division does that very well. There's also a second one. This one is actually after a pandemic hits, I think New York City kind of takes a lot of people out, and then obviously, of course, there's the remnants of the country after a big sort of, again, they kind of guessed what happened in 2020, I guess, but a huge like sort of pandemic goes down, and you're just kind of the remaining of the government that goes around trying to see what's going on. Broforce, no idea. Zombie Eye, no idea. UFC, there's your boy Conor McGregor there. Again, I am a fan of combat sports. I talk about it sometimes on my channel. WWE, UFC, boxing, I like all that kind of stuff, but I don't really tune into it too much unless it's like a really nice, cool, fun fight, which happens only once in a while. I'm not gonna watch like every single UFC event out there. Paragon, I think, is kind of like a League of Legends game. We have another Lego Star Wars game. This one is the Force Awakens one. It's so funny how they made an entire game on one movie, and yet they made an entire game with all the movies in one game. It's crazy how that works out, right? Saints Row, not a big fan of this one. This is kind of like just like a big DLC style of game. Saints Row has gone so far downhill. I was a big fan of like Saints Row 2. Saints Row the Third was pretty fun, and after that, this series went wild. Neverwinter, never heard of ya. Don't know why you're on there. Battlefield 1, also a fun one. This isn't the first Battlefield game, even though it is called Battlefield 1. It's just kind of set in like the first timeline, time year, whatever you want to call it, of the games. And I actually like this one. I kind of like the simplicity of the game. It's definitely a lot of fun. NBA 2K The Prelude, Lords of Fallen, no idea what that is. Okay, let's do a little speed run now, okay? Everybody's gone to the Rapture. Fun indie game, kind of like just like those like follow the story kind of games. There's no fighting, there's some puzzles, so you're kind of just walking around, enjoying the atmosphere, following along the story. 3-on-3 is just kind of like a free basketball game, nothing really fun. Not a Hero, no idea. Again, another Tom Clancy game, kind of following along with the Division, just like a game where you kind of go around, taking down baddies, getting a lot of good loot, fun stuff like that. Smite, kind of like with Paragon, is just another console version of a League of Legends game. Wow, Battlefront 1, oh my god. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna skip right here, guys. Battlefront 2. I know a lot of you guys are big fans of Battlefront on my channel. You guys, even some of you till this day, tell me, Jake Baller, please play Star Wars Battlefront again. Maybe one of these days, but man, I don't know how they have not made a Star Wars Battlefront 3. This Star Wars Battlefront game is the best Star Wars video game probably since the original Star Wars Battlefront games. I know the Star Wars like Jedi games are really fun, but I don't even want to think about the amount of hours I've spent in this game. It's definitely over 100 plus for sure, easily. I have no idea though. But Battlefront 1 is definitely not as good. Had its moments, but was still such a bare game. Battlefront 2, they really gave it a little bit of extra juice. NBA Playgrounds is just it's just like a console version of NBA. What's that game called? Not NBA Space Jam. What's it called? Oh my god, the classic version, like the classic NBA arcade game. Let me know in the comments what it's called. I totally forgot. Payday. Payday is actually a game I pick up again and again and again from time to time. It's basically a game where you are doing crimes. You're robbing banks. You're taking hostages. It's some crazy stuff. You're just basically a bona fide criminal, which is kind of fun to do sometimes. You know, trying to plan stuff out, trying to go out with the best case scenario. Not trying to take down anybody. Just nice, clean getaways. It's actually a lot of fun to play that game. I don't think I've ever played this game. We have Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor. It is a open world X game, which is pretty dope. Not that good though. I think they can definitely make these a lot better, and I hope they do another attempt of the Shadow of Mordor games. The story's good. It follows just like some like really cool sort of like a vengeance story, with like a lot of orcs and fighting and sword fighting, and the magic in the game is really cool too. I actually really enjoy the game. It definitely could have been done better, and I think they will do another one. I hope they do because I love Lord of the Rings. Life is Strange, I actually never finished, but I know it's like one of the biggest sort of things going on in the gaming universe, and it kind of built like a huge cult following as well. It's just like another story-based game. Game of Thrones, I don't think that's a video game. The Just Cause games are also a lot of fun too. They are just some random like running around missions, crazy explosion type of games, like a very big shoot 'em up game. NBA 2K18, another Metal Gear game. Shout out to Metal Gear, my baby. Star Wars Battlefront. We have Dead Island, Riptide, and the first Dead Island game as well. And whatever this is. If you don't know, Dead Island was actually a super fun idea of a zombie game, but it was a super huge open world zombie game with a lot of interaction and weapon building and blah blah blah. The story also wasn't really that bad. You're like on like a tropical island, but like a zombie apocalypse is going on. It's kind of a dope concept, but the gameplay is actually really hard. You have to actually be like really in tune to that game. You really have to lock in to play. It's not a very casual game. Proving Grounds, never heard of it. Worms Battleground, that's a classic. Worms is a classic. GTA 5, wow. I cannot wait for GTA 6. Apparently it's supposed to come out, I think, in like 2027, I think. I like the Grand Theft Auto games. I think the stories are fun. I never really thought of them as like a huge like game in my childhood though. Even like games of all time, I wouldn't even rank GTA as like some of my top video games of all time, but it's fun. I like it. The stories are funny and entertaining, but at least for myself, they don't really hit that hard. But I know for some of y'all love this game with a passion. That's really dope. We have a Batman, a Telltale game, kind of like with Life is Strange. It's just like a follow along the story type of game, but it actually is a Batman themed one, so it's kind of cool. You get to follow the story, all that fun stuff, but it's Batman, which is really cool. Deus Ex, never heard of it. Another NBA Live game. Ratchet & Clank, that's a classic in the gaming sphere. A Way Out, this is actually a super fun game. It's a co-op game where you follow two guys finding a way out of prison. Do they get out? Who knows? But it's a super fun co-op game that you play with another player online, and it's so vital that you work together. You can't beat the game unless you're working together, and I think that's so fun. I actually played this game with my brother, and we had a great time playing this game together. But yeah, guys, I honestly think that's a good stopping point. Obviously, of course, we're never going to get through all of the games in one video. Maybe I can even do 3 parts of this as a series. Again, if you guys like it, there's just so many games on here that I can just sit and ramble and talk about. I just love video games so much, and they've been such a big part of my life, and even though I don't do a lot of gaming nowadays, I would love to do more of it at some point in time, and to just talk more about it and like my own opinions on them. Sleeping Dogs is a fun game. More NBA, Friday the 13th. You have some of the first God of War games. There's Fallout 76, The Last of Us. What do I think about The Last of Us? There's Kingdom Hearts 3. I can talk more about that. For Honor, Borderlands, Call of Duty, Minecraft. There's so many more games on here that we need to talk about, guys, but I think this is a good sort of like intro to maybe a new series we can bring along with doing the movie ones, which I think is a good idea. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching tonight's video. If you did like this video and again want a part 2 of this video game part, let me know by giving this video a like, commenting down below what you enjoyed, what video games you guys saw that you guys liked, maybe, I don't know, asking if I've ever played a certain video game. Let me know in the comments your own favorite video game that maybe you're playing right now, maybe you've played ever. Lots to talk about, and